Mates, welcome back. Crypto Leverage Trading Group over is doing great. 2022 is here. This is part two. We're talking Bitcoin, kind of trading ideas for 2022. One of the guys I like on TradingView is Vince. You can check him out. If you're in the Discord, I put a link in the TradingView channel. You can check his channel out on TradingView and follow his analytics. Pretty cool cat. Like his analytics. Again, we follow about a half a dozen or so guys. That we like, that are knowledgeable, that are informative. They seek to educate. Those are really the people that you want to get centered around. Not so much the content providers on YouTube that are real macro, pie in the sky stuff. Okay, not really breaking down actually analytically or the on-chain metrics, like guys that really like dive into Glassnode, CryptoQuant, those services, token metrics. Those services that I love, those are the services that I read weekly, that I dive into. I'm not necessarily interested in BitBoy Crypto or Ivan anymore, or not that they're not good dudes. It's just they're macro and they're not specific to my needs. That's really it. And that's what you want to look for. If you want to leverage trade, you want to find services that are going to provide you information like Vince does in his analysis, like we try to do in the Discord and in our videos, that are targeted to people that on moves, on methods and strategies and tactics that any individual can use. You don't need to copy trade people. You don't need to pay $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 to follow copy people. And all that. You want to be able to do it yourself at your own leisure when you have time to do it, and when you can recognize moves in the markets for your own financial health and your family. I mean, that's really it. It should be an added area in your overall financial planning, for if you're an individual or if you have a family. That's really what it boils down to. But here, I encourage you to hit the link. TradingView and check out Vince's here, because what he does is he takes us back really 5 years back, 6 years really, but back to 2017, and it shows us the cup and handle formations on the yearly cycles, kind of ideas of what kind of happened to Bitcoin. And he breaks down the analysis really effectively to like show you the things that occurred, like halvings occurred. Our halving occurred in 2020, right? And overall, how halvings have affected that the formations of Bitcoin in its bull run cycle, right? How long? And the question I would ask people on my Discord is, and then we're going to talk about for the January effect going forward, is how long typically does a bull run cycle continue post a halving event? Historically, it doesn't mean it's going to happen, right? It doesn't mean that that's inevitable, right? It's just track record wise, because we've had some halving events, right? And we're going to have another one in 2024. So we're now 2 years away. We're in the middle. We're going to be in the middle between the 2020 and the 2024 halving. What's the action behavior of Bitcoin typically in that environment? That's what you want to look at. And you got to take a rear view window to do that and understand that, okay? And not just look about what's happened. What was the movement today, okay? And so we also have the Corona breakdown. We're all familiar with that in 2020, which occurred right before the halving for Bitcoin. So that was kind of a disruption, an abnormality, an outlier, right? That impacted all of the markets around the world that you kind of have to kind of toss out a little bit, like, because it's one of those phenomenal events. You have Vince showing you the decade handle, okay? And so you've got that from 10, 11 to 2021, right? 2020, sorry. And into 21 here. And so you've got his whole cup, okay? You've also got the formations of the triangles that you can continually do on the macro level, the same way we do on the 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour. You can certainly do that on the weekly and the monthly basis and understand what happens when a monthly candle closes at a level that it closes at, and how that can directly impact the overall market, and we typically get the dumps that we get. Okay, if you go back and look at the calendar, we also have options now to consider. Those events that are occurring, right, that are basically open interest events, liquidity events now. These are all newer to the cryptoverse, mates, that we want to pay attention to in 2022.